society will not be necessary. What he's saying is anything less than a total wrenching of society is not even worth trying. Then we have Professor Daniel Botkin. The only way to get our society to truly change is to frighten people with the possibility of a catastrophe. Here's Pavel Wolf, key member of the Seattle Audubon Society, former leader of the Communist Party USA. In 1998 he wrote, "The Communist Party's USA environmental program presents a viable plan to carry out the long march to socialism." Remember Abraham Lincoln, 2 reasons for everything?
This guy's an antichrist.
Well, I am by nature a somewhat skeptical person. I like to see the evidence. Though I was born in Ontario, it might as well have been Missouri.
They have taken up religious formats to deceive the
When
public.
I see
and
people
trick them.
talking about global warming and how urgent it is to accomplish, I ask the question, okay, you want us to turn society upside down. You want us to basically produce a
He's
situation
pro-George
where
Bush.
we are going to deindustrialize the Western nations, especially America.
He's an antichrist.
Cut our standard of living, cut millions of jobs, and the estimated cost is $180 billion every year for the next 90 years.
Money is the root of all
This is
evil,
what's
eh?
proposed under the Kyoto Treaty, okay, and the Copenhagen. Okay, what's the good effect? Because their projection was that if we did nothing, the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change suggested that by 2100, 90 years from now, if we did nothing and just continued to kick out fuel, fossil fuel, coal-powered stations, drive around in SUVs, we would go up in temperature 9 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe even 12. They said that would be the end of the world as we knew it.
It will
It
be
would
the end
not.
of 2012,
But it would be a
you
problem.
lying bastard.
How realistic
He's
was this 9
he's using
degrees?
deception,
Not at all.
God as a deception, so
Now,
he's saying
let me
he's
tell you,
acting
there
in
is
the word
global
of God,
warming.
but obviously he's wrong because
There is.
obviously God said the
We went through a
revelations
little ice
and the
age
apocalypse
back
are coming,
in the
so
13,
he's
14,
denying that
1500s.
basically. Obviously he's a liar.
It got very cold. And health and agriculture went through the floor.
The 5
But for the
cycle.
last 4 or 5 centuries, we've been gradually coming out of the little ice age. We've been going up 1 degree Fahrenheit every 100 years.
And that's obviously
That's
because of
global
global
warming, that's
warming.
real.
He's up.
And it's not a problem. We are infinitely adaptable. But
Bollocks.
those who are global
Only in
warming
heaven.
panickers suggest we can't adapt at all.
What are we gonna
They
do?
think
Fucking
polar
put on
bears
loads of
can't adapt.
sunscreen.
That they're just going to stay
Twat.
there and die. Everything adapts. God created
We will adapt
things
when we
so
die,
that
that's
we
what it says in the
adapt to
Bible.
problems. I began wondering, well, okay, what does the Kyoto Treaty really say?
He's an
If we
antichrist.
commit industrial suicide, lower our standards of living, lose millions of jobs,
Bullshit, who gives a fuck?
it won't
I can
be
live
our
on shit,
generation
mate.
that benefits, it won't be our children's generation, it'll be their children's generation.
We're not gonna get that far, you
So how
stupid
much good news
bastard.
is going to come from this sacrifice?
You're full of shit.
Does anyone here have the slightest idea what the Kyoto
You
Treaty is? This is
fucking don't, do
unanimously
ya?
agreed by all the scientists who believe in this. 1/3 of 1 degree Fahrenheit benefit. In other words, instead of going up 9 more degrees, it'd go up 8.7 degrees.
And
I'm not
that's
making
only a
this
little
stuff
bit
up.
short.
It struck me, I know why they haven't announced this publicly, because people say, you've got to be kidding. Why should we spend a penny if the gain, even according
Fuck
to
spend
your
a penny, I don't give a
understanding,
shit, no
and you
matter.
guys believe in this stuff, will have almost no measurable effect. That's almost within the allowable error of measurement.
Yeah, and it's still going up.
Well, then I discovered a document from 1993. It's called The First Global Revolution, and it's by the Council of the Club of Rome. Let me read this. In searching for a common enemy against whom we can unite, the globalists, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. In their totalitarian and their interactions, these phenomena do constitute a common threat which must be confronted by human intervention in natural processes, and it is only through changed attitudes and behavior that they can be overthrown. The real enemy then is humanity itself. Has it ever struck you that some of these
The
extremists
earthling
actually hate
is
mankind?
succumbing to God.
I have quotes that are going to be in the book that'll blow your mind, that they literally applaud the day when there's no humans left.
So does God. It says in the
I'm not
Bible.
making this up. This is literally a new global warming pagan religion. They worship the earth and animals, believing they are superior to humans. Many of the animal rights groups are just the spear edge of this. Here's what the head of the Communist Party in 1972, Gus Hall, the national chairman of the Communist Party,
God
said,
TV said I'll
human
respond
society
individually
cannot basically stop the
to
destruction of the
fucking
environment under
emails and
capitalism.
shit. They never fucking do.
Socialism is the
That's
only
what I'm on
structure
Judah
that
the
would make
prophet.
that
They haven't even
possible.
fucking answered. I think they're Antichrist. They're just trying to get
They
money.
continue.
All these fucking
And American
appeals all the time is
socialism
full of
is
shit,
bent on
bullshit.
removing, I'm sorry, this was not him, this is me. In America, socialism is bent on removing individual freedoms and placing the government in
They
charge
say they've got
of our
160
lives.
million fucking
The
broadcasts and
government
shit to
warming
people
issue is an important
individually and all
strategy
that.
for the
Well,
advancement of
where's the 4
socialism
million then?
under
How
the
having
guise of
at least
saving the earth.
50 million giving at least a
That
pound?
is
There's
my
people
theme.
giving £1,000 and all that shit.
How
They're
about
full of shit.
Mrs. Maurice Strong, a Canadian who's the founder of the UN Environmental Program? Quote, isn't the only hope for the planet that the industrialized civilizations collapse? Isn't it our responsibility to bring that about? These people are not only lying about the problem and the solution, but they have an agenda, the real reason, and that is to deindustrialize, to collapse America politically, economically, and militarily.
We're all gonna die. What's
And
the
the rest
point?
of the Western
Yeah,
nations,
collapse it
so that we
militarily.
have
That's the
common
people killing
poverty,
people for no
and
fucking
only
reason.
people that are really doing well are the elite, what I call the global warming industry of academics, scientists, politicians of the UN, and believe me, they will be making millions as they are today. Do you know how much America has spent on global warming studies in the last 15 years? $89 billion. Do you know that for a fraction of that we could provide clean, sanitary drinking water for every African? We could have eliminated malaria and TB and AIDS.
Well, they ain't
When
fucking
we
doing
spend
it, are they?
$1 billion or $89 billion on something that is nothing, we literally have decided not to do something that is good. When you ask the question, what are they really after? It is not the improvement of the environment. It is not the improvement of human lives. It is to achieve a socialistic,
Well, that would represent
globalist
the Antichrist,
government
succumbing,
through a fraud,
preserving
using
the earth.
natural
That's what
emotions
he's saying, you
beliefs
know what I
to
mean?
love
That's
the
what
planet
they said.
and love the earth.
And we're all gonna die anyway, so why would, why do I give a shit? You know what I mean? The earth is gonna fucking blow up, you know what I mean? Obviously, at least at some point. So what do you expect? Do you know what I mean? Go to God.
He wrote, green is the new red. Socialism and communism.
I have said no, and as a matter of fact, if anyone kills himself anywhere in the world, then as long as you're a good person and believe it, well, have faith in God, it doesn't even matter because you'll see him anyway. And then, but as long as you're a good person, you'll be going to heaven and coming back. You come back as a prophecy immortal. That's going to happen from now on, I swear down.
Today's debate about global warming is essentially a debate about freedom. The environmentalists would like to mastermind each and every possible and impossible aspect of our lives. If they get the Copenhagen Treaty implemented this December, which is their plan, it'll be at Mexico City in December. Here's what Clause 31B says. Annex I nations, that's the industrialized West and Japan, will reduce their carbon